What's up, YouTube family? This is Super Mike 2164, and I would like to read you guys some of this history. The Nation of Islam is one of the most important collections of black genius uh, and community development that we have. It is misunderstood by many only because, not because the information is not available, is because we have in the Nation of Islam, it goes directly in contradiction to the main objective for Black America than the U.S. government's objective. They have a plan for you and us, and we have a plan for us. And our plan is for us to be free, self-determination, building a nation of our own, having something, doing for ourselves, and solving our own problems. We'll figure it out. The U.S. government's plan for us is to eliminate us by eliminating our history, taking us down, infighting, confusing us, poisoning us, doing whatever they can to try to get us to leave, get us to kill ourselves, or what have you. So in 1930, Master Farad Muhammad, who we believe was God came in his person. That doesn't mean that his flesh was the original God. Okay, so the concept that most of you have of God is not the concept of God that the Nation of Islam has. A lot of y'all believe that God is a spiritual thing that's kind of everywhere at the same time, and it's like, that's not how we believe God is. We believe that all of us possess God in us, but the supreme being has the highest concentration and has the highest expression of the God force that is in all of us. Okay, so that's just real quick, but I wanted y'all to read. This is the early women who accepted Islam in North America. This here is Honorable Elijah Muhammad's wife, Mother Claire Muhammad. This is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's mother. Uh, I forgot everyone's name right away because I just got this book. And this is Mother Ernestine. I know that. And it's just to show you how, you can't build anything without making sure your women are happy. And they have to see it. They have to help you. You cannot have a gender war and build anything. So that's just one section. So right quick, we're just going to read some of the bios and just, introduce you all into the history. So this is the mother of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So this man got his own mama to accept the teaching. So that's something deep right there. Mother Marie Muhammad, mother of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Born Marie Hall in the state of Georgia, Sister Marie was a very beautiful, intelligent, religious woman standing about 4'10". It was said that when she looked at you, it was like she could see right through you, because birth records were documented primarily in the back of the Bible, not recorded in the manner in which they are today. Mother Marie's approximate birth year was documented as being about 1870. Mother Marie married William Poole, and this union produced 13 children. The women in those days, at least most of them, made their families' clothes. Her husband bought a sewing machine for that purpose. Therefore, she never worked in the field, a promise he made to her, which they misspelled that word, but it's okay. a promise that he made to her when she became his wife. A typical housewife and Mother Marie kept house, prepared food, made clothes, and attended other needs of the home. She grew a garden in the back of the house to help feed her family, which is where much of their daily food came from. After moving to Detroit with her husband and most of their 13 children, Mother Marie continued in her role as wife and homemaker, never having to work outside her home. Her husband was always the provider. Mother Marie, being a religious woman, changed from Baptist faith to the spiritual faith and joined under a woman pastor where she and her youngest child, Herbert, which is John Muhammad, attended. That was their belief until they accepted Islam in 1931. Mother Marie became a sincere believer and follower under her son, the leader, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Mother Marie was a legend in her lifetime and was loved by those who knew her. She was called Mother Muhammad throughout the temples. She was an advisor and instructor to all the sisters. She was well respected and accepted as a leader among women. Mother Marie lived with her son, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, until she passed at the approximate age of 89 in August 1957. So, I don't know if y'all seen all that. Hopefully y'all did. This thing, my phone is going up. All right. And this is Mother Claire Muhammad, wife of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, born Claire Evans on November 2nd, 1898, in Cordele, Georgia. Mother Claire was a deeply religious woman. She married then Elijah Poole in 1917. Between 1917 and 1939, they had 8 children, 6 sons and 2 daughters. The family moved from Macon, Georgia to Detroit, Michigan in 1923 in search of a better economic and social stability. She and her family joined the Nation of Islam in 1931. What she would be taught by Master Farad Muhammad, she would impart to the sisters of the women's class. These things included, but were not limited to, the following: what to cook, eat, and how to prepare food, the style of dress, and other instruction for the women and girls. She had a great love for her people. It was Mother Claire who held the Nation of Islam together while the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was in prison. She would travel to Detroit from Chicago and be escorted to Milan prison, where she would receive instructions and guidance from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Her strength was unparalleled as she carried the words of her husband and kept the work of Islam going and the spirits high. Mother Claire again carried on her husband's work when the enemy tried to force her to put her children in the public schools. Mother Claire said in defiance that before she would let her children be taught by them, she would rather die first. Because of her fearless stance, they left her alone. While her husband was in prison, the authorities did not allow the Holy Quran in jail, so Mother Clara and some sisters got together, wrote it out, and delivered it to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Mother Claire's concern was always on the health of the believers and their families, the health of the minister of the temple, and the progress of the temple. She never forgot those who stood out, such as the elderly, the sick, the children, and the children. In fact, she would always call the sisters girls and make them feel at home as she opened her home to them. And they would feel her love, care, and concern. By her example, those who met and knew her bear witness that she was indeed an educator of the best kind. By example, we pray Allah will always be pleased with her. Her return to Allah was August 12th, 1972. Mother Bernastein Sharif Muhammad, reformer and secretary, and she was the secretary to Master Farad Muhammad. Mother Bernastein Sharif Muhammad was born July 14th, 1915 in Robinsonville, Mississippi. She moved to Detroit with her family in 1920. Her education began in Detroit at Deerfield Elementary School. From there, she attended Miller Intermediate and finally High School of Commerce at the High School of Commerce. She majored in bookkeeping, typing, and secretarial studies. She was the fastest typist in her class, having an approximate typing speed of 95 words per minute with an accuracy of 98%. In 1932, Mother Bernastein became a member of the Nation of Islam at 17 years old. Along with her parents, she became the secretary typist to Master Farad Muhammad. So you got to think about that. Not only did she become a member of the Nation of Islam, but her parents did. Okay. She became the secretary typist of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. Given the title of reformer by Master Farad Muhammad, she acquired experience in every department available to her. Then she became the instructor over the same positions where she trained many others. She was the trailblazer, having been the first in many of the key positions that helped to establish the Nation of Islam. She functioned with dignity and pride in all positions. She was also well known for her public speaking ability. Mother Bernastein and Mother Claire Muhammad were taught how to eat to live and properly prepare foods by Master Farad Muhammad. He also showed them how to make wheat bread. Mother Bernastein prepared full-course meals and made the most scrumptious pastries. She was a superb cook. After Master Farad Muhammad departed in 1933, she continued to work in the secretarial position under the leadership of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. She worked in Detroit and also in Chicago, where she resided in the home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his wife, Mother Claire Muhammad. There she organized and did much of the structural procedures for the Nation of Islam. On April 16, 1934, at the Temple of Islam located then at 3408 Hastings Street, a raid took place. Along with 24 other members, Mother Bernastein was arrested and jailed for 10 days. Mother Bernastein married the youngest brother of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, John Muhammad, and on March 8, 1935, and this union produced 14 children. In 1954, their 4 school-age children were taken and placed in foster homes for more than 30 days because Mother Bernastein and Brother John refused to put them in the public school. When asked which of the many sacrifices that she made in helping to establish the religion in America stood out most in her mind, then she replied, the arresting of my 4 children, because it paved the way for an accredited school, not only for my children, but for the children of generations to come. Mother Bernastein returned to Allah February 28, 2002. She was 86 years old. The Honorable Eunice Matilda Shaw. The Honorable Eunice Shaw was born in St. Louis, Missouri, January 17, 1905. She came to Detroit in 1920 at the age of 17, same as Mother Bernastein. It was in November 1932 that she first heard the teachings of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. She became a member of the Nation of Islam that same day. Of the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad, Sister Shaw once stated, he taught us many things about our history, made us feel proud of ourselves. Sister Shaw loved the mission and became an active member of the Nation of Islam. She and other sisters walked many miles to raise money and made many sacrifices to support the Nation of Islam. This was called mission. Sister Shaw worked as acting secretary of the MGT and the GCC. She became captain of the class and would sometimes travel to Chicago to meet with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to get instruction to bring back to the sisters. Sister Shaw married and had 7 children. She returned to Allah on November 9th, 1998. This is our history, guys. And this needs to be known by all black people, not just Nation of Islam people. Because if you don't know, this is black American history. You can't wait for white people to sanction your stuff. This is Sister Mary Harris Pasha, quoted as saying, "I was looking for the truth and I find it." Sister Mary Harris Pasha was born on August 29th, 1892 in Mississippi. She began working the mission, going from believer to believer's home, collecting pennies, nickels, and dimes to further the Islamic cause. Weather never stopped her. Neither cold or hot, rain or snow. Did she walk many times and return home empty-handed because the believers were so poor, nothing, not even a penny to give. But the goal for freedom, justice, and equality for all still burned in their hearts. Many times Sister Mary tarried at the various homes, caring for the sick, bathing the newborn babies, and caring for their mothers. She also cooked and cleaned. She inspired and uplifted the spirit of every home she entered by showing true love for others. Because of the great qualities Sister Mary possessed, along with other qualifications and requirements, she was chosen to be the captain over the MGT GCC. She made many sacrifices to help support the Nation of Islam, which she dearly loved. Even though she may have been ill, she continued supporting the nation. Sister Pasha was not jailed along with those honorable pioneers who wanted to educate their own children in their school. However, she was one of those who protested by surrounding the jail where the others were. Sister Mary Harris Pasha lived 94 years of age. Her return to Allah was August 12, 1987. And this is a very short book. There's 2 more. Mother Mary Almanza Islam, the creator of the bean pie. So when you see the Muslims running around with the bean pie, there you go, black woman. And she was actually from Mexico, a black woman from Mexico. Born Mary Sullivan, aged on June 26, 1895, in Atkins, South Carolina. Well, she wasn't from Mexico. From Atkins, South Carolina, Sister Mary married Henry Almanza, and from this union came 10 children. Mother Mary Almanza Islam first heard the teachings in 1930. She introduced her husband to the Nation of Islam, which he accepted, but was informed that he could not attend because he was a native of Mexico and was a freeborn man, meaning he was not a descendant of a slave. Nonetheless, the family continued to be faithful and dedicated to the teachings which he supported. When the Temple of Hastings Street was raided on April 16, 1934, Mother Almanza Islam was of the believers jailed for 10 days because the enemy did not want them to have their own school. Mother Almanza Islam was also one of the sisters who stood up for what she believed. She tirelessly walked around Detroit collecting donations for the temple. Mother Mary Almanza also created the famous Navy bean pie that so many enjoy eating today. Mother Mary Almanza is still 100 years of age. She returned to Allah on February 20th, 2005. Mm, 109 years of age. Now this one here is young, but she was actually the first teacher, and so she's in here. Sister Orzette Sakina Brooks. Sister Orzette Sakina Brooks was educated in Detroit, Michigan. She graduated from Northwestern High School and retired from the Department of Social Services. She held a black belt in karate and studied Arabic and Spanish. She accepted the religion of Islam in 1944 under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Sister Orzette was one of the first teachers to teach at the University of Islam who was qualified to teach according to her academic credentials. She taught first level kindergarten and up. Although she was everybody's favorite, Sister Orzette was a stern teacher who didn't mind using the paddle when students would get out of hand. She taught Arabic and later became the principal of the University of Islam. In 1954, when the enemy first attempted to remove Brother John and Sister Bernstein's children from their custody, it was Sister Orzette who protected the children. Brother John and Sister Bernstein were ordered to present the children before the court so the enemy could see who they were. Sister Orzette told the children not to say a word when their names were called. She stood in front of the children, hiding them with her skirt. Because of this act of bravery, the court was unsuccessful in their attempt to take the children that day. All praise is due to Allah. She was a beautiful sister. Sister Orzette returned to Allah May 22nd, 1998. And that's it. This book is actually put out by Sister Bernstein's daughter. Yeah, so Sister Bernstein's daughter, Sister Medina. So the daughter of this pioneer and her youngest son, created this. So this woman has firsthand knowledge of this. And, this is just, one of the things is when we're trying to establish something in this country, the first people who are going to try to stop it is the police, the white supremacists. They don't want you to dictate the direction of your community. And there are certain points in time when you have to resist that. Now, any laws that coincide with the laws that you would have to keep peace in your own society, you obey in the enemy's society. But if the enemy is trying to prevent you from educating your own children, from from directing the future of your children so that they can be loyal to you. See, this is our problem. You're sending your children to be educated by people who are teaching them white supremacy. If you go to school, everything, they throw white supremacy there every chance they get. If they talk about lightning, they talk about what's his name? Benjamin Franklin. If you talk about the slaves, you're talking about some white man. If you talk about Greek, you're talking about Rome. You're talking about all of these, you're not talking about black stuff that your children can learn from their own history and their own lineages. And so this is the reason why, education, you take control of your children. Don't especially now during COVID, send your kids out there to get this shot just because these people said so. So anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to put up for the day. Press the thumbs up. Press the thumbs up. I'm just dropping this history. It's just for documentation. And if you have any comments, make sure you comment on the stream. Peace.